everybody. It's Allie, and welcome to our Y&R Chat for Sunday, July 26th, 2026. I know the secret that's buried at Chancellor Industries. It's the Holy Grail! Centuries ago, Catherine discovered it while on a world tour. She brought it back to Genoa City, stashed it in the attic, then Jill discovered it while rummaging around upstairs. She relocated it to the broom closet at Chancellor Industries and has spent years trying to keep Billy from finding it. Oh, Billy, you paranoid lunatic. I love you. Oh. So apparently, Billy went all the way to London to argue with Jill the entire time. I don't even think got to London, didn't even set foot on London ground. They just argued on the plane and he turned right around. And now he's come back with this fool's gold idea that Jill is hiding something inside Chancellor Industries. Jill apparently made a remark that Kane is the only one who is qualified to deal with the complexities of the business, and Billy took that as, aha, she's hiding something from me. I actually love that about Billy. The narcissism. Because that means he's never boring. I mean, you have to give him that. He's never boring. And he never learns his lessons for very long, which makes him a very good candidate for a soap opera character. There's always something waiting right around the corner to pull him off course. He is engaged, he's got a baby on the way, and now he is right back to his obsession with Chancellor. This is just an excuse for him to continue to be obsessed with Chancellor. But I don't know, maybe there will be a secret. I certainly hope so. I could use a good secret right now. So if this turns out to be Billy being right, I mean, that's even better. I would love it if he actually did discover something. I mean, even Kane said, what are we talking about? Person, place, or thing? I don't know. He doesn't know. But I would really love it if there was actually a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. I mean, something more. I need a secret that is something bigger than Sally conveniently not telling Billy about the fact that she sold Newman Media to Adam this week. Because the thing is, that secret is gonna blow up so fast. It's gonna be over and done before we blink our eyes. Because not only is Billy going to be mad about it, but he is going to blab about it too. And then there goes Adam and Chelsea's plan to keep the whole sale a secret from Victor. I mean, Adam actually thought, well, I'll just buy Newman Media from Sally and Audra, and then I'll give it to Victor, not tell him that I paid for it, and just let him think that it was a victory, a coup, win-win, right? Victor gets what he wants, Sally stays safe, Adam looks like the hero. But Victor is not gonna fall for it. And I also feel like Adam is not counting on Billy. Like, at all. Because Billy is gonna find out, Sally's gonna tell him, and then Billy is going to enjoy going to Victor and telling Victor that his son lied to him. The only question is, how is he gonna feel about the fact that his fiance was in on the deal? Is this gonna be enough to break up Billy and Sally forever right as a baby is on the way? Nikki Newman breaks my heart. Honestly, after all these years, Melody Thomas Scott has honed her skill so sharp that even just Nikki sitting in front of her vanity mirror, brushing her hair, is absolutely enthralling to me. I thought that the mirror scenes were so good this week. So classic soap. It made me feel like it was classic, you know, an instant classic. I loved that. I can't say it enough. I loved that the doctor's office was only big enough to have her bring in one family member with her for the big bandage reveal. Who will it be? Who will she choose? As if we didn't know. Those bandages were hanging on by a hair. All the doctor had to do was lift the corner ever so slightly, and they just peeled right off like a butter wrapper. Clearly pre-moistened. Yeah? Oh my goodness. And she kept her eyes closed even after the bandages came off, which is so dramatic. Just so that the doctor could say, "Open them." And when she did, oh no, it's all black. Heartbreaking. I mean, not even any light, you know, just black. That is devastating. But I have a feeling there is a source of light that will be strong enough to bring Nikki's vision back. And that light is Victor's love. I said it last week and I will say it again this week. Claire is seeming dark to me again. Like little hints, little things that she said, and most importantly, there's what she said to Holden this week about Victoria. Claire said that she doesn't feel like she and Victoria are on the same page anymore, which to me seems like it's coming out of nowhere. I hadn't gotten the impression that there was any tension between them whatsoever. Did you? Until she said that, I mean, I thought, okay, well, I mean, like one time they mildly were on the opposite side of Nikki's condition, but that's all. So what that tells me is that Y&R is moving in a very definite direction with Kyle and Victoria falling for each other and Claire not liking it. Ooh. But I do. I do like it very much. Victoria and Kyle are running into each other left and right. They practically cannot stay away from each other at this point. And this week they had a little sit down at the athletic club where they agreed to not talk about business, not talk about family, not talk about the tension between the Newmans and the Abbotts that's always there. And then there was this moment where they were like, whoa, wait a minute. If we can't talk about any of that, then what do we have to talk about? So they decided to go deeper. They decided to reveal their deepest, darkest secrets to one another. And Victoria revealed that she secretly uses Jabot signature foundation. The scandal. Victoria Newman does not use Brash and Sassy, if that's even still around. She uses Jabot signature. Wow. She wakes up every day and smears an Abbott product all over her face. Well, if that ain't deep and dark, I don't know what is. Martin Laurent is back. Yay. Not gonna lie. Yay. He's kind of attractive, you guys. You have to admit, he's got great hair. And the actor really sold Martin's self-importance, his feeling of superiority. Like he's the smartest mental patient in the room and everyone else is just a chump. Well, I'm asking myself, why can't Martin have the redemption? Why can't we make Martin not that person anymore? I think it'd be worth it to let Traci have her boyfriend back. Traci agreed to meet with Martin, which is good because one video call was not enough for me. We already have got that prison waiting room set from where Diane was, you know, meeting with her lawyer and meeting with everyone. I'm gonna need a face-to-face meeting with Traci and Martin. Well, apparently, Martin, from the video call, revealed that he does indeed know Larry Markham. And it's, you know, he's not actually him or his brother. But Markham was friends with Alan, Martin's brother Alan. Apparently, Markham and Alan, Larry and Alan, rented a summer house together sometimes. You know, like how platonic friends and colleagues do. So, maybe that's where Larry fled off to. And maybe we'll find him there. But what else might we find? Alan, possibly alive. I am so conflicted. I want Phyllis to have a boyfriend so bad. And I am so happy for her. Like, when she whipped off that shirt and revealed that body, I was like, why are we not seeing this every day? Why are we hiding one of Y&R's biggest assets underneath clothing? Why is Phyllis not sleeping with everyone? But then I zoom out and I see Matt Clark right there, being the recipient of all that hotness. And I think to myself, why Matt? Why does this guy deserve all that hotness? And then I zoom out further and I think, why is Phyllis so desperate to be with him? It's like he is the only guy who has given her any attention this decade, and suddenly she's falling all over him. I mean, she's trying to convince him to stay in town, to come in and work for her. She even offered to rename her business to get him to stay. Oh, Arabesque, you don't like that name? We'll change it. What is going on here? Look, I like Matt, but I do not love Matt. And I do not know if he is the right match for my Phyllis. He is saying all the right things. I love all of the dialogue. He says he sees her in a way that is different. And she says, I feel seen. Barf. I'm sorry, but barf. I almost threw up when she said that. I feel seen. Ew. It's almost like what it makes me love Phyllis more because she's so smart and motivated and sexy and powerful and in control, and at her very core she is insecure. She doesn't believe any of it. She's all those things, but she doesn't believe any of it. And I'm just not sure that I want Matt to get in there and be the recipient and get inside of her head, because, you know, the he's not that person anymore of it all somehow just isn't enough to turn me around this much, this quickly. The one thing that has the potential to turn me around is the fact that Nick went into a rampage over it. He saw them kissing in the middle of the athletic club, like on a Tuesday, and he took one look at him and hit the roof. He followed him upstairs to her hotel room. He was banging on the door and ultimately completely ruined the mood, because the next day, Phyllis woke up in the bed alone in her totally casual, beautiful pajamas, and Matt was still on the couch, which frankly I'm fine with. But then Phyllis goes to Crimson Lights for a coffee, and Nick gets up in her face about it since she didn't answer the door. And I feel like Nick is not wrong, but he is taking the wrong approach. He is coming off too aggressively. When has Phyllis ever responded to insults and threats? Never, as far as I can remember. Nick should be cozying up to her, right? That, like, trying to rekindle the old flame. That's the best way to turn Phyllis's attention away from Matt. Ugh. But Nick's attention is elsewhere. He's got his drug dealer texting him, offering him another hookup. He needs to block that number. But I guess they could contact you again and again. I mean, that's their business model. You know, they got to keep you hooked in order to keep the business. And Nick is tempted. He is white knuckling it right now. So hard that he told Sharon he thinks he needs to go to rehab. Yeah. Yeah, Nick, go to rehab. I mean, money's no option. You don't need a job, so hop on that private jet, head out to Rancho Relaxo, and let Betty Ford show you the way. Well, hello, Daniel. Yes, Abby could use some help with her fish delivery. Because Devon is being a grumpy old man right now. Look, I love Devon. I will always love Devon. I remember when he came on the show. I remember that he was grumpy then. He had a chip on his shoulder then, and I've watched him evolve, and I've lived with him, and I've seen everything he's been through. But isn't there anything in life that he can find to be grateful for? I guess that's the trick for everyone, right? We all get caught in our little nuances and forget to be grateful. But, I mean, honestly, the greatest line of the week for me came from Kane when Kane said, Devon, what? Was 2.2 billion not enough? I mean, come on. He's grumpy with Abby. He's grumpy with Lily. He's exploding at Kane in public very loudly. And he's even insulting Holden, Lily's new brother, who's like family and who hasn't really even done that much. Impersonated Damien, whatever. I mean, in the scheme of things that soap people do, Holden, meh. I get Kane. I get Devon not liking Kane. There's enough history there, but what did Holden really do? And Abby is in tears in the previews for next week, which means that Devon was not able to open up to her like Ashley asked him to. But I did appreciate Ashley's effort. I have to say, it seemed genuine, and it seemed to come from a place of understanding what mental health issues look like from the outside and feel like on the inside. I think Ashley recognized something that maybe nobody else has, that Devon is struggling with mental health issues and needs some help. And if he can't talk to Abby or anyone else in his life, then maybe he does need some counseling. He said so himself. He doesn't even know how to articulate what he's feeling. It's like he's lost inside of himself. So Devon is going to end up pushing Abby right into Daniel's arms. I mean, we can all see it. The writing is on the wall. It's the exact same thing that Mariah tried to do with Tessa, too. What is up with that? Why is Daniel the official third wheel for the Young and the Restless married women whose partners can't open up? Why is that his place? Oh, well. I think it's also pretty clear that Devon's crankiness with Kane is also serving to push Lily and Kane further together. giving them a little bit of resistance so that the train doesn't keep chugging along too smoothly. We can't have that. So we've got this conflict with Devon, and I actually like the idea of Lily and Devon being at odds again. It actually reminded me of the time when Lily accidentally killed Devon's wife and child and then went to prison for it. And it's interesting to note that Devon did not forgive her right away. In fact, Devon stood there in the courtroom and asked the judge to give Lily the maximum sentence, which was, anybody remember the sentence Lily received for vehicular manslaughtering Hillary and her unborn child? Well, if you want to find out, that is the topic of my retro recap for this week, and you can find it on YouTube or just go to yrchat.com and I'll have it posted there. It's a good one. Put down your sword. Who said it? They didn't say it like that. Put down your sword. Do you know who said it? If so, you should go to yrchat.com and find out if you are correct. Hey, I have 2 birthday shout outs this week, starting with Marianne V, whose birthday is on the 27th. That's tomorrow. Marianne V, I love seeing your comments on the poll every week, and I hope that you have a wonderful birthday tomorrow. Also, Heather K on July 31st. When was the last time I heard from you, Heather K? You're lurking around. I know you're there. Come say hi this week and get some birthday wishes. Happy birthday to you both. Tina Cole says, I am starting a petition to get Daniel back on our screens. I want more Daniel. Well, Tina Cole, your petition has been passed, accepted, and put into law starting at the very end of this week. I think you left that comment early in the week, and by the end of the week, boom, there's Daniel. I did not expect it to be with Abby, with this, again, what happened with Daniel and Tessa? They were in love. Y&R built that up. It really seemed like it was going somewhere, and then it all just disappeared. We haven't heard from Mariah or Tessa or Daniel, and now Daniel pops back up, poised to be the third wheel in another marriage. I don't know. Victoria says, Ashley was somewhat subtle when she encouraged Devon to talk to Abby. Devon needs someone like Mrs. C to wake him up to the truth that his marriage is on shaky ground. That's another reason to recast Jill so that she could feel that role. Yeah, I know. It's, or Drusilla. Recasting Drusilla. I mean, I think I've been saying that for years. At this point, recast her, yo. I mean, if you can't bring back Victoria Rowell, which would be my preference, of course, then recast her. The Winters family needs that matriarch, and it almost looked like for a second it was going to be Amy, and now she's gone. Ugh. Connie says, my granny would tell Devon that he needs to get glad in the same shoes that he got mad. Or might just send him out to cut a switch. Connie, your granny has all kinds of good sayings. I have never forgot he melts my butter. I mean, I use that as much as I possibly can. But now Devon needs to get glad in the same shoes he got mad in. That's really good. I mean, it is true. It's like, that's such a universal truth. It's like, you have to find a way to be grateful. Like, it's easy to get caught up in all of the things that you don't have or you want or the ways that you've been wronged. but you have to find some kind of way to pull yourself out of that and look at everything you do have. Look at everything that's going right, even if it's something very simple. And I think Victoria makes a good point that maybe Devon would benefit from having someone older in his life to help him see that. I mean, he lost Neil, and, you know, as I talked about it with the retro recap, he lost Hillary, he lost his wife, he lost his child. He doesn't have any of that anymore. And so yet he's got Abby, and he's got Dominic, and he's got all of this money and all of this wealth and a home and a business and a family that's strong, and he still can't see through the few things that are bothering him. It's like the Mariah thing somehow tripped him up, and he just can't seem to get back up. Russell says Eileen Davidson is 67 years old and looks freaking amazing. Witchcraft. Russell, that's astonishing. I did not know her age. I never would have guessed that. We are so lucky to have these timeless ladies on the show. I mean, what is it? What do they do? How do they get a hold of this timelessness? I mean, Eileen Davidson looks incredible. Michelle Stafford looks incredible. I mean, they must have sold their soul. There is simply no other explanation for it. I honestly feel like it's given me truly, and this is not a joke, it has given me an unrealistic expectation of aging, because I've seen these women and they're moving along in their years and they're not changing. They're still looking just like themselves and just beautiful. And meanwhile, I pass a mirror and I'm like, my face is falling off right now. What is happening to my neck? And I don't see that on Michelle Stafford. I don't see that on Eileen Davidson. Ugh. What's the secret? And where do I sign up? Well. Stephen says, Indy Abbott and the search for the lost Ark of Chancellor. The man returns early from London, ignores his girlfriend's pregnancy cravings, and tells Sally that Jill and Catherine left the Ark of the Covenant locked away in some warehouse at Chancellor Industries. Next week, Billy creeping through the Chancellor archives in a leather jacket, strapping on a fedora, grabbing a bull whip, and dodging giant rolling boulders through the hallway of Chancellor Industries. Yes, Stephen, that is funny. I hope it turns out to be true. I would actually love nothing more if Billy turned out to be right and we're all wrong. And we were all going, Billy, you are so paranoid. And it turns out that he wasn't, and there actually was something. But I just don't think so. Victoria says, whoa, Billy is all over the place. He did not get any resolution on his relationship with his mom. Instead, Billy feels Jill is hiding something big in Chancellor and only he can find it. Sounds pretty paranoid to me. Sally needs to have a heart-to-heart with Billy and suggests that they go see a behavioral health specialist. Sally is being codependent by telling Billy she will not judge him and always support him. And Billy needs support by giving him a little reality. Even if there is a secret at Chancellor, others should be able to uncover it. The world does not revolve around Billy and his needs. Where is the more level-headed Billy when he was with Chelsea? That's funny, because that was probably the most steady that Billy has been recently. It was when he was with Chelsea. But you're right. It's like Sally is kind of an enabler in a way. She has told him, I will love you no matter what. I will stay with you. I'm with you. I'm by your side no matter what. And I think that's her way of trying to prove to him that there is somebody in his corner. I think she wants to be the person who doesn't abandon him, because deep down, Billy feels lesser than. He feels like the lesser Abbott. He feels like he's always got something to prove. He mentioned this week, he was born under some pretty, I think Jill tricked John into having him, I think, and then John wanted her to have an abortion. So he wasn't born out of, let's have another baby. You know, he was kind of born out of some treachery. And then his mom shipped him off to boarding school. You know, he has reasons to feel the way he does, but he doesn't make the real steps toward evolving past it. Eventually you have to go, yeah, that happened, but now I'm gonna be the person who moves past it, and he just doesn't do that. And I think Sally's way of trying to reassure him does come off as enabling. And yeah, you know, as far as Billy needing the reality check, I think that's what Jill has always kind of tried to do. She has always tried to give him the other side of the coin, give him that reality check, and he doesn't want to hear it. He gets very tunnel visioned, and that's just who his character is, really. Russell says he sounds completely paranoid about this Chancellor secret. As always, making big leaps after only reading between the lines. I hope there's a mystery, though. That might be a fun pursuit. Yeah. And Michelle says, so Billy brings up the Chancellor pattern of secrets, the necklace, and the music box. If only Victoria would go after another reliquary. Ooh, yes. We have had some secrets and mysteries on The Young and the Restless over the years. You're right. I mean, Michelle and Billy mentioned that. Catherine had the music box mystery and the necklace, and yeah, the reliquary, which was one of Y&R's like most infamously bad storylines, or that's how I feel about it anyway. But it was also of its time. I kind of remember that the Da Vinci Code was really big at whatever year it was that story was going on. And, you know, that book was just huge, and everybody was kind of wanting that mystery, adventure, Indiana Jones, treasure, what's the thing, what's the secret item, going on a hunt. And so Y&R's answer to that was to have Victoria and Brad go on an adventure to find it. I don't remember how it turned out, but that would be a fantastic topic for a retro recap. Russell also says, I enjoyed Sally and Audra talking in the back seating area at Billy's house set. They don't use that space much, especially seated, although the outdoor backdrop out the window behind Sally looked flat and depthless. Maybe they need a tree or a bush out there. Yeah, I loved that little seating area. I loved Billy's house, but that was it's a nice little spot. And my eyes were also drawn to the window. And you're right, it just looked like a flat painting. Whereas the ranch outside of the sunroom window is so beautifully built, and you can see the trees, and they add depth. They look real. Well, T. Nicole says, Sally's maternity attire was very different from mine. I was all about comforts. And Sally was here wearing what looked like a corset back to her dress top. Yeah, I know when you're pregnant, it's so uncomfortable. Why would you want anything even remotely tight around your tummy? Connie says, I'm not a fan of Sally's Princess Leia buns or her Annie Hall maternity suit, and that corset looks very uncomfortable. Her multicolored nails were cool looking, and a pretty manicure always reminds me of Catherine. Jean Cooper's nails were natural and always polished with bold or bright colors. And swooning, Connie. So were Catherine, I didn't think about that. Her nails are natural, huh? They were natural and always painted. That is very classic, very, yeah, and she got those nails done by Jill. Jill did good work. But yeah, Sally does have her multicolored nails. They're always different. Like, every part of Sally is styled. You know, there's nothing about her that's natural. Right down to the hair color. I mean, she's got bottle red hair, and, you know, there's effort. Every bit of her has got effort put into it. I didn't mind the hair. It was like a Harajuku girl. It had the two buns and then braided tendrils down the front. I love that you mentioned Annie Hall, which is one of my favorite movies, by the way. The outfit, I hadn't thought about it, but yeah, it did kind of give Annie Hall vibes. The only thing that was striking to me was like, wow, this is quite an outfit, quite a getup for a work from home day. Like, you're pregnant, you get up, you do all the hair and the makeup and the outfit and the nails, and like, oh, I'm exhausted. And then you just hang around the house. I don't know. Last week I asked you guys, is Adam still in love with Sally? 71% say yes. Marianne V says, I think Adam will always be in love with Sally. Now that she's pregnant again, it brings back when they lost their baby. Yeah, I think so too. I think Adam will always be in love with Sally. Just because the relationship didn't work out doesn't mean that the love went away. I think actually Adam loves Sally and Sally still loves Adam. Diana's got an interesting question here. What happened to Riza? I thought she was moving to Genoa City. I would like to maybe see Riza develop a crush on Noah and give Audra a run for her money while at the same time cause turmoil for Noah and Sienna. She lives in a world of clubs and gambling, so this story would make sense. If not Noah, then Riza could certainly cause some trouble between Adam and Chelsea, just as she did back in Vegas. Oh yeah, Diana, that popped out of my head completely. Where is Riza? She seemed like she was going to have a presence on the show, and then poof, she was just gone. But you also make a great point that she would fit really well in the nightclub scenes that we seem to have going on right now. Hey, by the way, what are we thinking about Chelsea's hair? It is confirmed to be blonde now. It is definitely lighter. She's had a lot of hair changes recently because it was long and brown, then she took it really short, and now it's blonde. It looks good. She looks great. Melissa Claire Egan she's another one of those where it's like, and how old are you? She looks great. But I have to say, I love Chelsea's dark brown hair, and I am having a hard time imagining fall coming up without Chelsea in fall colors. Like, she's so stunning in earthy tones. And in fact, that's something that I always look forward to in the fall. Chelsea's attire. They just put her in burgundy and browns, and just the tone of her hair. Her hair is so shiny, and I just always kind of looked forward to that. And I'm a little bummed out to see her as a blonde. But again, it feels like Y&R summer is just getting started, but I'm still seeing people in long sleeves. So I don't know. It feels like the seasons are a little behind. Maybe she'll go back to brown by Christmas. Gary says, Christian has got to be 30 and he's in boys camp. Yeah. Good old Christian. One of these days they'll age him up. Gary also says, I think Nick should go back to work. I don't know if it's right or wrong for the company, but he needs a purpose to put his focus on over lounging in recovery. That languishing can get him into trouble. It seems very obvious to me. Put him back in the game. Or, maybe something at Crimson Lights even. Yeah, I mean, I think from a company perspective is how I've been viewing it. Like, maybe we don't quite put him in with the, into the important money dealings right away. But yeah, I mean, he could certainly do something, right? But Connie says, Nick admitting he needs rehab is a huge step, and I'm glad to see a rough and tough guy admit that getting professional help is warranted for him to be successful in his recovery. So many people avoid medical intervention until a crisis occurs, like we saw with Nikki. He's showing that bravery and courage includes admitting the need for additional resources of support when you can't do it on your own. I'm reminded of that intense bathroom scene when he was using. I feel like we're getting another realistic moment in the life of a recovering addict with his realistic performance. Yeah, Connie, absolutely. I mean, it continues to be very realistic. We didn't just go, oh, no, he doesn't have the problem anymore. He's fine, he's good, he's back in Genoa City, everything's fine. We're continuing to see him struggle, and that is very real and relatable. I'm glad that he's chosen to go, or he's saying he needs rehab. We don't know if he's going to go yet or not, but I think the fact that he recognizes I'm struggling, and that Sharon was saying, go to your tools. First you recognize that it's happening, and then you look at what's in your toolbox. And for him, he's thinking maybe it's rehab, and I agree. Russell says Nick has completely lost it about Matt and Phyllis. He should have expressed his concerns and then let her handle herself. At least he's being honest with Sharon about his desire to take his fentanyl pills. Hopefully that means he will head to a meeting and not Chancellor Park to meet up with his dealer, but it's coming. Yeah, I know. I hope he stays strong. I don't want him to relapse. I am rooting for Nick, as I know are everyone else. Naomi says, I usually can stick up for Phyllis when she's being ridiculous, but this I'm as bad as you are routine is upsetting to watch. Ugh, I know. And then Naomi, in the previews, Phyllis is prying Matt's ankle monitor off of him. Ugh. This is Matt's choice. He chose to work with Victor. He saw that as the path to his own redemption. It's not like he's an actual prisoner. And is she going to undo any progress that he has made? I don't want to see that either. Ooh, Jamie says, I am so ready for Josh Griffith to be completely removed from all things Y&R. This whole situation with Matt and Phyllis is gross, full body ick inducing. Plus, we're seeing glimpses of the villain we have always known Matt Clark to be this week. I'm with Nick. I too think Matt is faking his reformation. I hate this pairing for my girl Phyllis. Red deserves so much better. And in what universe should a rapist get to be reformed into a romantic lead? Oh yeah, the Josh Griffith universe. Be gone already, JG. Side note, holy cannoli, Michelle Stafford looks fantastic. Ooh, Jamie, I was wondering how you felt about this. And actually, the fact that you're not feeling it helps me feel okay for not feeling it. Because I'm always all for naughty. I love naughty. I love surprise hookups. I love it when it's like, wow, I never would have thought those two should go together. But there's something about this that I'm having a hard time getting past. I don't know. I can't play, Michael tried to rape Christine, and he still went on to become a romantic lead, but there was years in between. It just feels like Matt was bad earlier this year, and now he's like with the hottest chick in Genoa City. I don't know. There's something about it that's not selling me completely. I know I have asked you guys this before, but I feel like we have cause to try this poll again. YRChat.com this week, my friends. Phyllis and Matt, are they hot or are they not? We have now seen them in the we've had the kisses and we had the almost hookup. I want to know, were you wanting more? Were you hoping they would go through with it? Or were you kind of glad when it was revealed that they didn't? YRChat.com, Phyllis and Matt, hot or not? This is the last time I am going to ask. And I need to know the pulse of the Y&R Chat community on this one. So don't let me down this week. Go vote in that poll. Diana says, Noah trying to be Sienna's knight in shining armor was very unappealing. I didn't like how he kept speaking for her when Matt Clark had gone to see her at the club. I understand how Noah would have felt and Noah's instinct to protect the woman he loves, but I found him to be rather annoying. He kept answering for Sienna, and even Matt told him to let Sienna talk. I also found Sienna's silence when Noah showed up to be a little out of character, as she's always been a feisty woman who can hold her own since we've seen her on the show. Also, as bad as Matt Clark is or was, he was married to Sienna, and as Matt pointed out, Noah slept with his wife. Oh yeah, Noah is up on his high horse big time. The whole dynamic of the Newmans versus Matt, it's almost like it's meant to make me like Matt more. You know, usually I kind of want to root for the underdog. It's probably meant to make me want Phyllis and Matt even more, but I'm just sick of it. I am tired of it. It's too much of the same. And yeah, Noah seems very different lately, doesn't he? I feel like not only are we seeing a different Noah stylistically, you know, with the new hair and the new outfits, but he just seems like a different character all of a sudden. He's way more aggressive. He's way more macho. He's definitely, I don't know. He was more sweet and kind of romantic in the past, but I guess he has just reached his breaking point. Russell says, Claire is so negative. Why is she beating her negativity into the ground? No one in Nikki's condition needs to hear that. Cautiously hope for the best while there's still hope is the right approach in my opinion. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's just pointing toward Claire freaking out over her mother sleeping with her boyfriend. Hopefully she won't poison her like she tried to do that one time. Never forget, Claire used to be a psycho. Naomi says Victoria and Kyle are going to be fun to watch. Kyle is such a handsome charmer, and Victoria could look so beautiful with him. The age difference isn't noticeable for me. Also, I would love for Claire to support the relationship instead of being jealous. Let her be on her mom's side while Victor and Nikki pitch the fit. Hey, you know, it's interesting too that like Kyle's letting that silver come to his temples, right, as he's getting involved with an older woman. I think, you know, I mean, he's not in his 20s anymore, that's for sure. He's probably in his mid to late not late, but he's at least in his mid 30s, right? This is fine. I don't know how old. Victoria is what, maybe 55 in reality, and Kyle is maybe 35. This is fine, y'all. The issue's not the age. It's probably more the dynamic of the families. And I mean, the fact that Claire dated him. The age is the least of it. T. Nicole says that was good Y&R having the theme song play while Nikki's bandages were removed. And then watching Nikki look at the broken mirror, not being able to see her reflection like she was hoping. Just so good. Whenever the theme song plays, it never fails to pull at my emotions. Just shows how powerful a song or their theme song can be. Yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned that, T. Nicole, because it wasn't like the normal theme song. It was a variation of it. And we are trained to hear that song and react. It is Pavlovian. They start playing the dun 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 in any variation, slow, fast, whatever. Some other stuff between it, does not matter. You hear that, it washes over you. And it did. I understood the gravity of that moment. The music helped me understand the gravity of that moment. It added to it. It was, it could have just been hokey, like whatever, more bandages. They played that song over it, and it's like, oh, it was good. It was good. For what could be a hokey story, it has been good. Brent says, before I started watching soaps years ago, I read about soap opera time. Now I know what they meant, because Nikki's been getting her bandages off tomorrow for like 4 episodes so far. This is the longest day in history. Yeah, soap opera time. And it's much shorter than it used to be. I mean, soap opera time, they could stretch one day into 2 weeks of shows back in the day. It's gotten better, that's for sure. Russell says, I couldn't take my eyes off of Nikki when the doctor took those bandages off. I didn't see a single eyebrow come off. And he was very gentle, holding her skin taut when he did it. Yes, I mean, because who knows what kind of work she's had done around the eyes. You don't want to mess that up. Don't mess with the skin around the eyes. Like the wrong tug and the whole thing comes off. The whole face comes off. Steven says, and I'll let Steven take us out because this is pretty good. To anyone saying the bandages came off a little too easy, excuse me. This is Nikki Newman we are talking about. Do you honestly think Victor is letting some third-rate clinic apply the off-brand gauze with cheap athletic tape? Absolutely not. No expense was spared. We are talking premium, top-tier, clinic-grade, Band-Aid, home wound care, hurt-free, non-stick, medium pads. Engineered specifically so they glide off delicate skin without so much as a tug. When you've got Newman-level healthcare, those bandages don't get yanked off. They practically slide away on a cloud of high-priced dermatological luxury. How'd I do? How'd I do reading that one? I'm practicing. I'm in practice mode for when I record the Fauna and the Flora Book 2 audiobook, which will be coming this week. I made a video announcement on my Restless Forest Books channel, Restless Forest Books, and I gave you guys the Book 2 update. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but it's coming. Book 2 is coming, and I'm so excited. It's like, it feels so good to have spent so much time plotting it out, writing it, living in the world, and it's been 7 months of writing it, and to now finally come out of that and be able to see it as a whole. Well, I won't say anymore. If you want to watch my video announcement about Book 2, and I even give a few little hints about what's going to be happening or what you can expect from Book 2. I'll put the link at the top of yrchat.com, or you can find my YouTube channel, Restless Forest Books. I'm posting all of my video stuff there. If you are not caught up yet and want to jump on to Book 1 before Book 2 comes out, go to restlessforest.com. I also have to encourage everybody to check out those retro recaps. They are becoming more and they are becoming better. I really feel like I am digging into these classic Y&R moments and I'm giving them the alley spin. You know, it's not just a recap, you know, A to Z of what happened. It's more of a, let's take a look at this from a modern, you know, from a modern perspective. Like looking back on a storyline is totally different from experiencing it in real time, because you can contextualize it now as a whole and as it fits into everything else that maybe a character has gone through, or a relationship has gone through, or Genoa City has gone through. So those are all on my YouTube channel right now, which again, everything's accessible from yrchat.com. But I do hope someday to compile those into an audiobook, because that's, I mean, it's probably, they're 20 minutes each. And at this point, I think I have 25 of them. So it would be a really cool audiobook, I think, to have as a collection, and to add to my publishing empire. I'm all about audiobooks. And I think it's because I like podcasts. I like listening to something. I like hearing voices and sort of imagining things in my mind. And I think that the Fauna and the Flora book 1 is a fantastic audiobook. And so I feel like that's just storytelling. So the retro recaps really are just little capsules of storytelling, and I could thread them together and put them into an audiobook then there too. So I have got plans. And I thank you everybody for being here with me through it all. At yrchat.com, there is also very good conversation happening. I appreciate everyone who's there weekly as the show is happening, leaving comments and reactions. It's so nice to be able to go there and be like, oh yeah, somebody else saw that too. Like immediately, like Chelsea's hair. Wait a minute, did everybody else see that too? So if you'd like to join that group of very friendly people, yrchat.com, you can leave your comments there. You can see all the photos that are there. You can chat with me throughout the week there. It's all available to you. And I will be back next Sunday to come to you for another week of Y&R Chat. I love you guys. I hope you have a good week. I'll see you next time. Bye.